Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill album sold 33 million records worldwide in 1995. Wow. You fast forward to now, and that same music has been given the Broadway treatment for audiences to enjoy right here in Houston.
Yeah, Jagged Little Pill, the musical, is now playing at Theater Under the Stars at Hobby Center. And joining us today, two stars featured in this electrifying production, Lauren Chanel and Rishi Golani. Welcome to the show. We're a little starstruck.
We are.
Tessa and I saw this show last night. Y'all are phenomenally talented, and we were chatting before the break. We didn't know what to expect. Is that a common reaction from audience members who say, hey, I hadn't seen this show, but I loved it?
All the time.
Well, and why do you think that is? Why does it connect with people so strongly?
In my opinion, I feel like, one, I think they come in thinking that it's like a jukebox musical or like about Alanis Morissette. And then I think that kind of changed their perspective, and you're kind of like forced to kind of sit back and take everything in all at once. That is just so real and raw that you can relate it to yourself and or know someone who's dealt with any of the situations or topics. That's what I take.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I just think it's, a lot of people are very surprised that the music can explore a different avenue. When someone creates a piece of art, oftentimes people think, well, that's it. That's all I can expect from it. And so people are like, how did someone write a story with these lyrics that already exist, with this idea that already exists? So that's what I think people are taking away from it.
It really is brilliant the way it's weaved in. And you're right, when you said that, when it started, I'm like, okay, which one of them is Alanis? It's like, are you Alanis? You know what I mean? But yeah. it is about a family that is just really struggling in all aspects. You know, the dad's struggling, the mom is struggling, the kids are having their own issues, and you guys just put on such an amazing show. The costumes are great. What has been what is most memorable to you in being in this show? What are you taking away from this as you've been performing it and rocking that stage? Oh my gosh, so wonderful.
I think the thing that's been the most special for me, this is my first professional show, my entry into this industry, and I'm just so shocked at, I shouldn't be surprised because it happens to me, but I'm so shocked at how people are so touched by it, like how much it can mean to someone, how they can go home and reevaluate their life choices or their journey on this planet. So I think that sounds so big and important, but that's really what we're trying to do here, and we should always hold on to that. So I'm leading with that every single day that I walk into the theater.
And Rishi, did you just say it's your first professional show?
Yeah, this is my first job.
Hold on.
Oh, wow.
You were born to be on the stage. It's
Agreed.
so phenomenal. Lauren, you as well. I can't believe this is your first national tour.
Yeah.
And so y'all are just, you're so phenomenal. You're ready for Broadway. When you joined this tour a year ago, did you know what you were signing up for?
Not at all. I didn't. I watched it, and I guess it didn't just sit or resonate with me that, oh, okay, this is like hardcore, lots of action and like uses all of you. Like, I'm tired from the middle to the end of the show. Like, it's exhausting mentally, physically, the amount of like energy we have to put into it. I was not ready.
There you are, and you are sharing the stage with some wonderful castmates. You are playing, what we discussed too, Derek, during the intermission was that, you know, Alanis has these vocals, they're not really traditional, and so the range that you guys are hitting and the things that you're doing while you have to hit those notes is just so incredible. I understand why you are so exhausted. Do you have any connection with the music, or is that after you? Is it your parents? It's older, right? We're old, right?
Well, okay, no. Okay, so this is, I always say this and people are like, what the? I didn't know a single song when I auditioned for this show.
Wow.
I maybe knew You Ought to Know, like if someone hummed it to me, you're like, oh, maybe that sounds
Do you want me to hum it to you? No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
I think I've heard it more times than I ever need to.
I'll sing anything for you guys. No, so you didn't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
And what did you think? I mean, how did that work?
For me, when I listened, so when I got the part, I then listened to the entire album to just, you know, get the idea for what Alanis was trying to say. And I'm like, oh my gosh, some of my favorite artists, I can tell they were inspired by her. She's a kind of a trailblazer in her genre of music. And what's so interesting is that even though her music is from the 90s, I'm like, I think this now. And I'm going to think this for like maybe the rest of my life. So it's just so relatable. And that's what our show caught on, is that how relatable her lyrics were.
Yes.
And
Without giving away too much, by the way, Rishi plays the character Phoenix. You're sort of a love interest. But Lauren, your character Frankie is very complex.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, it's fair to say this is a very female-centric show. Would you agree? So how do you describe it when people ask you?
What the show's about?
Yeah.
I always say that it follows a family of 4 called the Healy family, and we all go through real life situations and topics, each and every single one of us, that the conscience, which is our ensemble members, and they kind of like tie in the energy and tie in the feelings and the emotions of what is happening with that specific circumstance. That's how I kind of.
And just to add, like, I feel like a lot of the young characters in the show, their main focus, even though they're all very different, is about like finding out who they are and what they're going to be in society and how people can accept them and understand them the way that they want to be understood.
Right. And there are adult situations in the play, so they recommend, what, 14 and up? Is it 14 and up go to the play?
I say 14 and up, yes.
Okay, yeah. But you know what? Same with the album. It's something like the Alanis Morissette album. You could give it to a 15-year-old and say, this, you might be relating with some of this stuff.
Absolutely.
And the play is the same.
It is such a relatable show. You will love it.
It's going on right now through September 10th. So at the Hobby Center, highly recommend, but highly recommended for ages 14 and up. And of course, you can check out this performance and get all the information for the show at HoustonLife.tv.
Yeah, brought to you by Theater Under the Stars. For tickets and more information, you can visit the scene on Houston Life section of our website, HoustonLife.tv. Lauren and Rishi, thanks once again. Get your tickets.
Really
You'll be glad
appreciate
you
it, guys.
did. We'll see you soon.
So
Have
good.
fun on tour. Now let's check back in with Lauren Kelly, who's in the Galleria this afternoon with a preview of a mesmerizing, brand new, immersive